Okay, let's bring this music down just a little bit. My name is Fred RN, and today I want to talk about whether or not you should get that college degree. Now, if you're a high school student getting ready to graduate and you're asking yourself, should I go to college or should I take a break? I understand. If you're an adult and you're really contemplating whether or not you should get that college degree, you're probably asking yourself, do I really want to put that stress on myself and my family? I feel you, and I'm here for you. Today, I'm going to share with you my personal journey through getting my college degree. Now, disclaimer, my neighbor decided to cut his yard outside, so if you hear a loud lawnmower, there's nothing I can do about it. But most importantly, I want you to feel free to laugh at my pain. Why? Because laughter is good for the soul. So, let's get started. I remember like it was yesterday. I was getting ready to graduate from high school, and all of my friends were super excited because we are all graduating and we're going to do whatever we wanted in our life because sky's the limit. And that is the dream. And then they started talking about where they were going for college. And I realized I wasn't going anywhere for college. Most of my friends were talking about going to Florida State University, going to Duke, going all the way to California. They were even talking about studying abroad. But I realized that wasn't an option for me because I was going to the local community college. Now let me explain this. For those of you who are looking to save money and get the same credits transferred to a four-year institution, you go to a community college because that's just smart. Now, I recognize a couple of things as well too, that my mother was a single parent mother and she needed my help, especially when it came to the bills and taking care of the whole household. My brother, who was a year older than I am, he paved the way for me. He was working and going to school. So naturally, I'm gonna go to work and go to school. Now, let's talk about work. I worked for two wonderful institutions, the Health and Human Services and the Federal Trade Commission, as an intern. And working 40 hours a week was tough, but that really wasn't the hard part. The hard part was the commute. Now, for those of you who do not know about the DMV traffic, that is the DC, Maryland, and Virginia traffic. It is absolutely horrendous, horrible. I mean, if you're going down 270 or 495 or 95, it's like everybody in all three states are trying to go to one place, DC. And most of the times they were. And the traffic was so bad that, let me put this in perspective for you. It took me 3 hours to get to my job one way. 3 hours, okay? And that was not easy because what I would do is I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I would eat something real quick, and then I'd hop in my car and I'd drive to the bus station to catch the bus. The DMV weather, it's very temperamental. Sometimes it's really hot and sometimes it's really cold. And it doesn't matter if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall, that's just the way it is down there, okay? So I'm either freezing my toes and getting gangrene, or I'm sweating out my clothes. Take your pick. But after I caught the bus, I had to go to the metro. So why did I catch the bus? Well, the bus had something that we called HOV, and it could ride in a lane that was express. So if you drove your car through this traffic, I mean, your commute would be even longer. It wasn't really express. It was just a little bit faster. But after getting off the bus, I would have to go on the legendary Metro. And man, oh man, was that fun. Because as long as there was no malfunction, as long as they weren't fixing any things on the rail, you were fine. But if they did, it would add to your commute. To top it all off, I would have to get off the Metro from Union Station and I would walk to my job. And that walk was anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes, and that also added to my commute. All of that together, 3 hours. And my neighbor who just started cutting his lawn again. So when I was at work, I was an intern. And my job was to do whatever the legal team needed my help with, whether it's organizing documents, scanning documents, helping the legal team produce a project. I was there and I loved it because it was a wonderful experience. But I had to work there from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week every day. And that was challenging because I had to balance my work life and school life. So let's talk about school. I got back on the metro. Well, I walked to the metro, got on the metro. From the metro, I got on the bus, and then I got to my car, and then I had to go to my classes at night school. Now, my classes usually started around 7:30 and they ended around 9:45, 10 o'clock. Every day that I went there, it was the same schedule. Now, I went to classes 3 days out the week, but remember, I had to find time to study, and that was really difficult, especially considering that I had to work, I had to take the classes, find time to study, and then hopefully be able to eat something in between that. Let me give a special shout out to Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A, you saved my life. Because if it wasn't for those chicken sandwiches and all of those waffle fries, I don't think I'd be here today. And that's what I did in order to get through college, get through work, to make ends meet. I did that for 7 years. 7 years. And I realized something. I was determined to get that degree. My mother always instilled something in me, and that was to never give up. And I had so many great people that always were a part of my life who always made sure that I stayed focused day in and day out. And I knew that no matter what, I was gonna get that degree. I graduated from the community college with a 3.6. Very proud of that because with everything I was doing, I was happy with my 3.6. But then, after 7 years, I graduated with a 2-year degree. So naturally, you all know that I had to transfer my credits to a 4-year institution. Now, that in and of itself was another journey because then I had to pick the right college. So I'm now living in Alabama and I'm going to my 4-year institution, UAH, the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Represent, go Chargers, okay? And then I have to spend another 2.5 years going through nursing school to earn that degree. Now, nursing school was a whole nother monster in and of itself. And if you want me to tell you about certain instances that make nursing school so hard and why my neighbor continues to cut his yard, especially when I'm trying to record a YouTube video, I will do that, okay? But after going through nursing school, I walked down that stage with that diploma. And I want to tell y'all something. If you are determined to get that degree, there is nothing that can stop you. Sure, the bills could stop you. Sure, life could try to stop you. I understand that family priorities and many different things that you're dealing with is important, but you gotta make room to take those classes and get it done. Because now that I've finished with that stage of my life and I have my 4-year degree, I'm a registered nurse, I'll be honest with you, it was life-changing. And you can do it too. Don't settle for less. Aim high and keep working to get it. It took me a total of 9.5 years. That's right, 9.5 years to get a 4-year degree. And was it worth it? Absolutely. If I had to do it all over again, I would. So keep dreaming big and keep going strong, because I know that this is gonna be something that's gonna change your life forever. This is Fred RN, and make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Can you believe I'm going to grad school? I'm about to do this thing all over again. Oh my goodness.